channel. It's me, Jakira Ashanti, here with another video. I know school is coming up, so I decided to do this video because, for one, I just graduated from Georgia State University in May, and also I will be attending Mercer University for my MBA. So I have a lot of experience when it comes to college. I mean, you can say I did 4 years already on campus. Well, 2 on campus, 2.5 on campus, and then the rest was online. So I feel like I got enough experience and enough advice to give to you all for incoming freshmen. Like, I feel like this is a good video to get started. It's already July, so I know you guys are preparing for college. I hope y'all bought some of y'all dorm stuff because, baby, it'll come quicker than you know. I know Georgia State start like a little later in August compared to the other schools. I think normally when I used to attend, we did start later than the other colleges. But welcome back to my channel. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and follow my social medias that's down here in the description. If you hear something like creaking, it's my fan. I'm sorry, y'all. It's hot, so gotta have that fan on. It's summertime. But I also just did a makeup routine on my TikTok. It's just a simple look. So I was like, let me film for YouTube because I haven't filmed from YouTube in a minute, and I was like, let's just get started. Okay, so the first question, well, I have 11 questions. I might throw in a little bit more as we go, or talk a little bit more about GSU, which is Georgia State University in particular, to this video. But I might add a little bit more. But I do have 11 questions on my iPad that I'm going to answer and give my experience, my personal experience, what I feel as if, and yeah. So the first question is, what college essentials do you actually need? Okay, so guys, if you are in a dorm or you're living on campus, you're gonna need, it's been a minute, this has been a minute, of course, like bedding stuff, like comforter sets. You're gonna need like a mini fridge, because I don't know, with Georgia State, we had like a common space. If you stayed in Piedmont Central, you know, but we had like a common space where it had like a refrigerator and a microwave. But I didn't want all my personal items inside of the refrigerator that is for everybody on the floor. So I brought a mini refrigerator, comforter set for the bed. I bring a microwave too. You're not supposed to have a microwave, but every time I would get, like, I never got in trouble for it, but I got a microwave. Of course, when you get their groceries, that's the main stuff. And then of course, like hygiene stuff, like hygiene products. If you're a girl, you know, you might want to stack up on certain items. Computer. I had an HP to start off, y'all. I like HPs. It's nothing wrong with an HP, but if you want a Mac, I would suggest a Mac as well. But because HPs, after a while, like 2 years, you get a 2 or 3 year max out of HPs. But I like HPs. So you can either get an HP or a Apple MacBook. If you want headphones, I suggest the Apple AirPod Max. Or either the wires, or either like the small earbuds, whatever. I'm trying to think what else. I didn't necessarily have like a notebook for real to take notes. I had one, but it wasn't like necessary of use because I never took notes I never handwritten notes. I only took notes on like my computer, but I should have did handwritten notes. So you can get like composition notebooks, regular notebooks. Yeah, I feel like that's like the basic stuff that you would need. I'm trying to think, y'all. It's been so long ago. What else did I have? Oh, a shower caddy for the bathroom, because it was a 4-room dorm and we only had 1 bathroom. So yeah, a shower caddy and shower shoes, because if you stand with people, because if you live with people that you do not know for the first time, you don't know how they live, you're gonna know how people live as soon as you get to college. A lot of people are not raised the same way. They, they live a little different how you live. So shower shoes and a shower caddy for the bathroom, of course, that. But that's all of the items I would suggest. So yeah. The next question 2, how do you make friends if you are shy? Well, me personally, I am a shy person, but I came to Georgia State with 2 of my friends, so it was like easy. It was like really, really easy at the time. We was just talking, and then the roommate that I had for freshman or sophomore year, the roommate that I had and the roommate that they had, we all just started talking. And also, a lot of people used to just stay in a common space. Like, if you have like a hall and it's like a little area, like how P1 Central is set up, it's a long hallway. In the middle is like a common space where it has the refrigerator that I was talking to you all about. The refrigerator and the microwave, and it's like a little table. And then you had the laundry room right there. And then on 2 of the ends, because it's a long hallway, and then a long hallway, and then a long hallway. So y'all following me. So it's 2 ends, and they both had 2 common spaces. So everybody would be out in the common space and just chatting it up and just talk, and it was just easy to, like, make friends with people. So back to what I was saying. Okay, so on the 2 ends, it was 2 common spaces, so it was easy to like chat it up and talk with people because you had to come out your shell. You had to come out of your shell, and like a lot of people would just naturally grasp to me and my friend group. So like we would just be out there chatting it up and talking. It was just easy because it was like everybody's new, everybody's freshmen who live on that floor, I'm pretty sure, I think. And so we all were new. Like, it was fun. Like, it wasn't like any tension or anything. It just was fun. So question number 3, how many classes should a freshman take? Okay, as a freshman coming in, you don't register for classes. When you go to orientation, the person that you meet with, they wasn't even my academic advisor, I don't think, at the time, but like, it's just a random person that you meet with, and they have like your classes pulled up, and they suggest like a list of classes that you need to take. So my freshman year, freshman fall, I took 6 classes. Yes, 6 classes, guys. 6 classes. And when I say that was my first and only semester doing that, like, it was, I didn't like it, y'all. I didn't like it. Not one bit. It was too much. So I did take 6 classes, but I did pass all the classes, but it was just a lot. So I would suggest maybe either after that fall semester, because I think every school does that, where they sign you up first for classes. I would suggest either 4 or 5. 4 is enough, and 5 is cool too, but 4 really be the max, I would say, because it's a lot, and you'll understand, like, once you get there, it's a lot. Like, it can take a toll on you, and yeah, you don't want to be stressed out every semester trying to take 5 to 6 classes, and then you're behind in one. And yeah, I would suggest either 4 or 5. So question number 4, how do you balance school, work, and social life? Okay, so my freshman year and sophomore year I had a job. Okay, freshman year I didn't have a job, guys. I was new to the school. I also wanted to get a personal feel of how college was gonna go, so I didn't have a job for my freshman year. I was working back home, so like when I come back home, I would go to work, if that makes sense. But while I was at school, I didn't have a job. How did I balance it? It's really all about time management, guys. But me personally, freshman year, I don't know how I did that or how I coped, because baby, we would be in the dorm. I remember this vividly. I got out of class at like 3. we went to what it was, Patton Hall to eat in the calf, and then we were like, let's go get some ice cream. You see, like, every day is like something new. With freshman year, every day is something new, so be prepared for that. So I just, when it was time to do work, it was time to do work. But when it was time to like get out, be social, and play, you have to separate the two. You have to know when to play, and you have to know when to do your work. And yeah, like, you just have to make a balance in the time management, and just figure out like, oh, one weekend, or like maybe one day out the whole week, let me tackle all my work that's due for this weekend. That's what I would used to do. Let me do that. Or if you start getting overwhelming, you can split it into 3 days before the weekend comes. If you know you're a weekend party person, me personally, I'm not that, but if you know you're a weekend party person, throughout the week, just do all the work that's due for that week, and you'll be fine. Also, another thing, I think I did start this my freshman year, but like, I will go through every syllabus of each class, and also go to Excel and write down all the dates of everything that's due for each class and the assignments. And I would look at the date, do it a week prior, and then highlight what I've done for the week. So yeah, just, it's all about balance. And if you know you're a party person, like I said, do that work earlier throughout the week, because baby, it'll catch up to you. It will catch up to you. Next question, how do you keep a good GPA? Like I said, make sure you do your work. That is the only thing. Make sure you do your work. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to hold your hand. Sorry to say it. Nobody's going to hold your hand. So that's the only advice I can give. Just do your work. Do your work. Do it on time. Study. I'm not a good study person, but I'm just giving y'all advice. Study if you're a study person. Me personally, I'm not a study person. I would just wing it sometimes. But if I had to study, I would go over like the stuff that I wouldn't know, and I would just wing it, because I'm not a study person. And test taking has just went left for me in college. But in high school, I passed with a flying colors. But baby, when you get that first, I'm not gonna put that on y'all, but if y'all get that first F, baby, chin up, chest out, and move on. Cause baby, it has been personally a lot of times when I would be in the dorm and I would be crying, like, why did I fail this test? But it's life, man. You're gonna fail and then you be at a party 2 hours later. Like, that's exactly how it is. Like, it moves quick. So just dwell on the fact that you just failed the test. Like, okay, it is what it is. Chin up, chest out. Let's go. Next test, let's go. You know to do better. But if the next test you do good, like me, sometimes I would, and I would be like, okay, well, personally, I'm still going to pass the class regardless. Make sure your other percentages are like higher than what your test average is, if that makes sense. So like, say for instance, I would have a homework graded area, and I would have that homework to be like 100%. But if your test averages scores, it's one section as well, and it's like a 50 or 60 or 75, you're fine, because you need to just do better in those other sections rather than focusing on what your test averages are. Okay, question number 6. Is an 8 a.m. class really that bad? Yes. I'm sorry. Yes. Do not take a 8 a.m. class. Do not take, repeat after me, an 8 a.m. class. Me personally, at Georgia State, I had an 8 a.m. for my fall semester of freshman year with Georgia State in general. It is a open campus, so I had a class in the furthest building, which was Adder Hall, and you just have to be safe. You just have to be safe when you're walking downtown, because for one, pepper spray for essentials, but you just have to be safe when walking downtown in Atlanta, period. But especially at school, it's a lot of homeless people. A lot of the time, the homeless people never bothered me, but just be cautious and watch your surroundings, and make sure you just know what you're doing when you're moving. But I wouldn't recommend 8 a.m. I had an 8 a.m. It would be days where it would be raining, and I would still have to walk to class because the buses wasn't on time. And with that class, you can only, I had critical thinking, and with that class, you can only miss 3 classes. So I had no choice but to get up and go to class while everybody else is sleeping. You're the only one up at the crack of dawn at 8 a.m. So, like, no. And it, like I said, it's barely people walking around. Like, I can see if it's the college days, like time of the day, like middle day, like 9 maybe or 10, and it's a bunch of people walking together going to the same area you are. No, it was like barely people walking. Had to watch my surroundings. It would be days where I didn't want to get up, but you know, that's where time management and no, that's where motivation and dedication comes into play, because it's really like, do you want to do this? So yeah, I would have to give up. I mean, I would have to get up. It wouldn't, I had no choice. Okay, so question number 7, how do you handle roommate issues? I personally never had roommate issues that were like extremely bad, but I would say reach out to your RA if you are having any personal roommate issues. Yeah, I would just say reach out to your RA, because me personally, I don't know for sure. But yeah, reach out to your RA and talk to them about it, and they can figure out a situation for you all. And yeah. Next question. Question 8. Is getting a campus job worth it? Like I said, me personally, I never had a campus job. But I mean, if you want to make some money, I would suggest it. And if you don't have a car, so yeah, I would suggest getting a campus job. But me, I had a job my sophomore year. It was like 5 minutes up the street. But other than that, if you don't have a car and you want money, I would suggest getting a campus job. But like I said, my freshman year, I would work when I would come back home, so I still had money. So yeah. Question number 9, should freshmen make a LinkedIn profile? Yes, I think a LinkedIn profile is great. I did make one. Well, yes, I think you should, because I made one my sophomore year for a class, and then I just had that held on to until now. But yes, I think you should for freshmen, especially if you're like in the, or any major could. But if you're like in the business field, I would most definitely make a LinkedIn. But yeah, make one. 10. If you could restart freshman year, what would you do differently? Nothing. I would not do freshman year differently. I think everything happens for a reason. Also in God's timing. So yeah, I wouldn't do anything differently. I think freshman year was fun. I think it was the best year of all the college years. You know, this first year, you're new to the school. Everybody's getting along, you know. But yeah, I wouldn't do anything differently. Okay, and last question. If you could give every incoming freshman just one piece of advice, what would it be? Don't follow others. Move at your own pace. What's meant for you will be for you. Don't live off of other. Yeah, what's meant for you will be for you. And enjoy your freshman year. Don't live up to everybody's standards and what they want you to be. Figure out what you want to do. Freshman year is like what you want to do. Like, figure out what motivates you. I know sometimes, like, later throughout the college years, you be like, dang, I don't want to do this either. That's fine. But like freshman year, figure out what like you like. Get out there, you know. I say do that. And then the other things I would say about Georgia State in particular, I would be mindful of what dorm I choose. I personally had Piedmont Central and I had the Commons. I think those two are like the best options personally. And I also lived in the Lofts. That was cool, but I think my faves are Piedmont Central and Commons. But Piedmont Central is only for like freshman year. Do not, I wouldn't live there after freshman year personally, because it's only like Piedmont Central, North, and Patton, I think, are all freshman dorms, and then Lofts and Commons is like upper level. So yeah, I I think Piedmont Central and Cummins are the best, like top two. What else can I say about Georgia State? Be mindful, like I said, you walking downtown. It's a lot of walking. It is a lot of walking, but it's a good exercise. Make sure you know the routes. Purple, green, I think, and blue. I don't know if they changed it. Make sure you download that app. I forgot the app. Panther something. Guys, I don't know. I haven't been in school in a minute. But I haven't been on campus in a minute. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else I can give out advice about Georgia State. If y'all have like any specific questions y'all want to ask me in the comments, I would more than likely be happy to help and answer them. But this will be the end of the video. Thank you all for watching and stay tuned. Bye guys.